Friends, today I have a frog in my throat. We're also talking about all things August. So we're into September, where it's like September 5th, 6th when I'm filming. And I have a headache this morning. So I was using Peppermint Halo, which is like a peppermint essential oil roller that does help with headaches, but I think it only helps because the sensation of the cooling and the tingling that the peppermint causes is a distraction from the pain that's going on in your head, which, like, fine, it works, but it's not taking the pain away. I know a lot of people are like, it doesn't take the pain away. No, it doesn't. I think it just distracts you. But the reason I'm telling you this is because I got it in my eyes. So my eyes are like red and puffy, but I have lots to do today. So the filming must go on. For August, I'm going to say what I say every time. It flew by, but unlike any other month this year, August was gone. But it's weird in the sense that when I look back at my notes for things to talk about, the things that happened in like the first week of August feel like they were forever ago. Like, you'd think if a month flies by, it would feel like that stuff happened yesterday. This stuff feels like it happened 2 or 3 months ago. It's the wildest thing. But anyway, the things we're going to cover, as usual, we're going to talk about memories and experiences, which there's not many. We're going to talk about books that I read, and we're going to talk about purchases that came in, which there are some decks. I feel like for the first time in a while, we have some decks in our purchases section. Decks, plural, you heard me. And then that's it. We're going to go on to my moon tray for September, which I love, by the way. Love it. It's the vibe I wanted. So, starting off strong, memories and experience. Starting off weak, memories and experiences, because there's not many. I had my cornhole tournament. So it's a random pairing. It's like there's like 60 people that show up to this cornhole tournament, and it's a random pairing. You just reach in a hat, and that's your person. So the lady I got was the organizer's wife, and she's a really good cornhole player, which is like my fear going into these things. I hate disappointing people, but we were actually pretty equally matched. She was a little bit better than me, but not enough for me to feel like I was ruining her life. So we ended up kind of in this weird limbo where they weren't sure if they were going to put us in A division or B division. So we had to like play another team to determine if we were in A division or B division. We won that game. We were put in A division, and we did make it to the semifinals, where we were crushed. Absolutely crushed. Because of course the semifinals is where it's the best of the best. And some of these people are really good. So the semifinal was actually, we were playing against my friend who just heckled me the entire time, which didn't affect my performance. My performance compared to his would not have mattered with heckling or not. But it was a lot of fun. But I do think if we were put in B division, I think we might have had a shot. So that's the cornhole tournament. I think I've mentioned it before, so I just wanted to throw it in there. So many people, so much fun. It was a beautiful day. It was great. I think every year has been a beautiful day, knock on wood. So then I went to my grandma's. I took a few days off for the first week of August and headed up north to my grandma's, where I just cut her grass and took her grocery shopping, took her to a doctor's appointment, whatever. But on the way home, it's not on the way, but I made a special trip to go to Bon Echo Provincial Park here in Ontario, and I love this park so much. It holds so many memories for me from childhood, from growing up, because it is relatively close to my grandma's, so I did get to go there. But Bon Echo, if you don't know, is this massive 300-foot high. Hold on. Okay, now that I have the facts, it is a 100-meter high, which is 328 feet, rock featuring over 260 Indigenous pictographs. So they have all these pictographs, which I didn't get close to the rock this time, so I can probably insert some internet pictures. But it's incredibly, it makes you feel so small, not just physically, because it does make you feel that as well, but in terms of history, it makes you feel small, and like all these things happened long before you were here. It's just anyway, I love it. And we have jumped off of this rock. There's a trail that runs along the top, that's a 2 kilometer long. It's not a very long trail. There's a staircase that you go up. You have to catch a ferry to go across. We've done that a couple of times as a family, and I did it with an ex-boyfriend. But it's just stunning. And I just wanted to go and just have a moment. I also wanted to get a sweater. I really wanted a Bon Echo sweater, which I did. So I'll show you my sweater. The fabric is so soft, and this was incredibly cheap. I wanted something with the rock in the background, but the ones that had the rock in the background weren't like my favorite. So I cannot wait to wear this sweater. Probably smashing my mic, but I almost wore it for the video, but it's not quite cold enough for a sweater. But the other thing that happened while I was there, well, two things. We were experiencing a lot of forest fires at the time, so it was very smoky, and some of the tourists were actually having trouble breathing, which was really hard to see. A lot of people were coughing. Oddly enough, I'm having a coughing fit at the moment. And the photo is very hazy looking. You can kind of see in the photo that it's quite hazy. Yeah, I just drank coffee out of a straw. This is the weirdest thing ever. It's like I'm having, this is exactly how it would feel if you were breathing in the smoke. And then there was this, like, as I was walking up to the store, there was this weird geological, mineralogical demonstration going on. And I was like, this was meant for me. This was meant for me. So I did stand around and kind of watch this little lesson, I guess, about minerals in the area. Some of them are not from the area, which I thought was interesting. I recognized a couple of them, and I know that they're not there. But I was supposed to be here. I was supposed to see this. This was meant for me. This is right up my alley, and it was really cool. So the other thing, we have one more memory, and that's it. And it's not even really a memory. I started trail running again in August. Right? Yes, I did. It was August that I started. And on our first run, we saw an owl in the forest, and it was just fantastic experience. During COVID, I would go on the hunt for owls, and they are not easy to find. So coming across one on a trail run of all places, when you're in a group of people, you're making a lot of noise. I certainly am huffing and puffing and near death. So it was really cool to see one. But I love trail running in the fall because it's beautiful. The smells, it's fantastic. But I like this point where the trees haven't quite lost their leaves yet, because I find once the trails become covered in leaves, I trip over everything. I trip on a day-to-day basis over nothing anyway. So put leaves on top of rocks and twigs and roots and stumps, and I'm in big trouble. I remember trail running last year, and I just got so frustrated because I was constantly tripping over stuff, and I was so annoyed. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to, like, I don't know if I will run into the fall where the leaves are gone. I would love to, but I'm kind of at the age where if I fall down, I'm probably popping up with a serious injury if I pop up at all. They might have to drag me out of there. So I've only fallen once. Oh gosh, knock on wood. I've only fallen once so far, and I, like Superman, my body was like horizontal to the ground, and I miraculously was not injured. So I feel like I used up my one non-injured fall. So I mean, with trail running, you're going to fall. You have to know if you're trail running, it's going to happen. You're going to fall. But I would rather not, especially at my age. So that's it for memories and experiences. Books that I read. Okay, 4. I think I read 4. So we have The Compound by Ansling. What's her name? What's that name there? Aisling? Rawl? This was sold to me. The whole reason I read this book was because it was sold to me as a combination of Love Island and meets Survivor. Love Island, yes. Survivor, not so much. But I still really enjoyed it. It's a reality TV show that these people sign up for, and they go live on this compound that like has nothing. It's like bare bones, nothing. And they have to do these tasks to gain items like a hairbrush, a toothbrush. They're literally there with nothing, no clothing. They have the clothes on their back and that's it. So they have individual tasks that they have to do, and then they have like community tasks that they have to do as a team. That's how they get their furniture, that's how they get food, all kinds of stuff. These tasks are designed to create drama, and they go against all moral codes. Obviously, it's a reality show. They want you to do things that are going to cause drama. So the main character I strongly disliked. She is incredibly self-absorbed and materialistic, as are a lot of the people on the show. I mean, you're competing for items, and some of them are luxury items like gold necklaces and stuff like that you do get to take with you if you can carry them once you get voted out, because they do vote people out. So this was just really interesting. They're in the desert. They're in the middle of nowhere. You can see the desert like is on fire in the background. So they are in this desert with nothing around them. It was interesting. It was, like I said, it was recommended, so whatever. Then I read Paladin's Strength, which is the second book in the Paladin series. I liked the first one better. This one focuses on a different main male character than the first book. I enjoyed it. There were some parts that were obvious. I'm not going to get into it. I don't want to spoil anything, but I definitely liked the first book better. I will continue with this series because I do enjoy it. They're pretty comical. I listened to these on Audible. The first one I physically read on the Kindle, I think, and this one I listened to on Audible. The next one I listened to on Audible was Butter Witch by Tess Lake. This is a 10-book series. It comes in right now. It's on, if you have Audible Premium, you can get all 10 books for free. So that's why I did it. That's why I downloaded it. It's like a mystery series. This witch, every novel, I'm in the second one now, she kind of has this mystery that she needs to solve, or ends up accidentally being signed up to solve. Listen, it's not a literary masterpiece. It's not going to win any awards or anything like that. Is it 100% my style? No. It's not getting a 5-star rating. Also, probably not a 4-star rating for me. But I do kind of feel like this is a cozy autumn read, although I have so many other books I think I'll be reading for autumn. I want to finish up the second one, and then I might take a break from these for a minute. They're cute. They're fun. Whatever. They are what they are. Cute, fun, mystery, witchy novel book. Then the book club book, so obviously I read those on Audible because it was the Audible Premium that got the 10 books for free. This one I read on Kindle. This was my book club book, The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. I actually think this is going to be a Netflix movie or series. I don't even know. I just found out about it the other day. This was okay. It was a mystery. She's on like a luxury yacht. It's like a cross between a cruise and a yacht, but probably more on the yacht size-wise. And something weird happens. Some sketchy mysteries happen. There's a woman in the cabin next to her, which is cabin 10, who just goes missing, and people are trying to tell her that this woman never existed. So really interesting. The main character frustrated me a lot. I feel like she made a lot of mistakes, as they all do. Rating, I don't know. I feel like a 3.5, 3.75 maybe. It did get me. I figured out part of the situation, but not fully. So it did get me. So I do have to kind of give it credit there. Usually with these mysteries, I kind of have an idea of what's going on, which I kind of did, but I was a little wrong. Can't say too much because I don't want to spoil anything. But those are the books that I read in August, and now we're in September, and I really want to focus on cozy fall books. But the book club book we picked, which was my pick, is not. It's actually kind of a winter book. I should have thought that one through a little more. And I had just started the Spark of the Everflame series, which I'm obsessed with, so I kind of want to continue with that. So I don't know if I'm going to have room for cozy fall books, but it's a vibe that I want to fully embrace this fall. Purchases. Like I said, we finally have some decks to talk about. There are 4. So that's coming up, and then there is a little bit of crystals. Not too many. I did get some crystals in August, but not a whole lot. So we'll talk about those. Decks for 2020, for August of 2025. So we have 4.
it was a big month. Now, 3 of them are a Kickstarter that came in all at once. The other one was a whim purchase, I guess. We have the Tarot of Gemstones and Crystals. I wanted the out of print original of this so bad. It is so much money on eBay. So much freaking money. So I settled and got this version. Now, I haven't used it yet because I'm not sure how I want to use it. If I want to use it as a tarot or use it working with my crystals. Not sure. So jury's still out on that one, but I do really enjoy the crystals selected for this. This is why I wanted it, because I own a lot of them. Not all of them. There's definitely some that I don't own. This one, I had my chance to get my hands on this crystal and I passed on it, and now I'm so upset. I think it's mined out. The purpurite. So it is really relatable for me because it does have a lot of crystals that I own and already work with. Like I said, there's definitely some that I don't, but for the most part, the majority of these I have. So I like it. I don't mind the borders because it's kind of giving me like a weird 70s, early 80s tarot deck feel. The original, the one that's out of print, has a crisp white border, and it actually looks more modern than this one. So it's really bizarre to me that this is the second edition. But like I said, it is what it is. The border is really bizarre, really chunky. I don't know, but it was really cheap. I did get this one off eBay because it was honestly cheaper to get it off eBay than it was to get it from Amazon. But this one's, it's even on Amazon, it's cheap. So yeah, I'm really excited to work with this once I figure out how. I think I will use it as a tarot because I'm incredibly curious as to how this will read as a tarot. But I don't know, like I said, I might, especially because I do own so many of them, I might just kind of like do a shuffle and whatever card pulls out or falls out, that's the crystal I should carry that day, or that's the crystal I should meditate with or work with or research. Maybe, you know, if it's a crystal I don't have, like maybe just research it. And I don't necessarily think I have to run out and buy it. I'm really happy with my crystal collection. That being said, I definitely do add to it all the time, but I wouldn't just buy a crystal because the card fell out of the tarot deck. I do want to get my hands on some rhodochrosite. I don't own any yet. Very expensive. So yeah, really excited to work with this guy somehow, some way. Really excited. The guidebook, let's just take a peek because I know I did look at it when I first opened the deck, but let's just see how it reads. Oh, it does have spreads too. Cute. Introduction. Oh, so it gives you numerology breakdown. Lists the major arcana. Spread. Listing the minor arcana. And then we get into the meaning. So let's look at the Fool. So it tells you what the stone is and what it does. So it's an activating stone which connects with the earth and calms the restless mind. Blah, blah, blah. Tarot interpretation. Cheerfulness, spontaneity, willingness to experience. An event that brings changes with it. Letting yourself be guided by intuition. Freeing yourself of worries. Shadow aspect. Egotism. Changeableness. Wow. Lack of staying power. Chaos, naivety, indecision. Too little trust. Yeah, that's pretty decent, pretty basic, but I'm okay with that. What's the end? Oh, so then we have them, instead of the tarot card listed first, we have the gemstone listed first. Interesting. Cool, cool, cool. So when was this one? This one is, I thought the date was on here somewhere. Shoot. Swore it was. Am I losing my mind? Mine came ripped. It was fully sealed and everything, but came ripped. Oh yeah. 1996 and 2018. So 96 was maybe the first version and 2018 is this version. Yeah. So excited for that one. Excited to work with it. Like I said, I definitely will at the very least try working with it as a tarot deck because I'm so curious. It also has that bend in the back, that extra bend, which I love so much. I don't think this box is going to last long. Anyway, cute. And then the other decks. Boop, boop, boop. I did it. I got the Cracked Amethyst Kickstarter decks. The whole reason I did it was for this guy right here, the Amethyst Oracle. When I first got on TarotTube, I saw videos of the Amethyst Oracle, and I think I slept on it for a while, and then it was out of print, and I was devastated. It is adorable. Not necessarily, these decks are not necessarily decks I would have chosen for their artwork, but it's so cute that I love them. So this is the guy I wanted, and it was an add-on once it hit a certain amount of money, it exceeded a certain goal. This was your add-on. It was the very last one. So I had to get these guys. Well, I didn't have, I don't know if I don't think I had to back this one, but I really wanted the cute little mini companions. So listen, I've been having a lot of fun with this deck, and I'm shocked. The guidebook, first of all, is laid out in such a cute way. I've been messing with my focus, and it's making it difficult. Oh my God, the smell. It smells like a new deck. I really love how this is laid out. Super simple, cute, adorable. The silver matte edges were a reward. These are the backs. Look, this is absolutely adorable, and I have been very surprised, incredibly surprised with this deck. I didn't think I would like it. Not that I didn't think I'd like it, I just didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I am. But your girl is a sucker for gradient. And there's so many gradients in here. And this rose petal cardstock feels fantastic. I know that there are people who don't love a rose petal cardstock. I'm mostly one of them. I wouldn't not buy a deck because it has rose petal cardstock. But I don't love it. It does make shuffling very difficult. Think Haunted Mansion. Yeah, it's probably the worst one I own. This, however, is fine. I get single card jumpers when I overhand. It's easy to riffle and bridge. It's very flexible. It's fantastic. I don't know how she got a rose petal finish cardstock that's not a jerk, but she did. Anyway, so we've got this cutie. All I can smell is this deck, and oh my God, it's making me so happy. Like ink and paper. So just to show I'm not lying, now this is where it'll make a liar out of me. Still a little stiff, still a little stiff. Like, I'm literally doing this and getting one card at a time. That's not possible with my Haunted Mansion. One card jumper. Great. So, Cracked Amethyst Tarot. And then the little guy, come on, the Idiosyncradeck is the OG of that. Again, we have our lines on the tuck box. Love it. Does not come with a guidebook. So it is just a older version, a less digitally advanced version. Guys, I don't know if it's focusing. Like I said, I'm having issues with this. I was playing with my focus on my previous video and now I've ruined it. So there's more detail on the Cracked Amethyst Tarot, just better visually. And a couple of the cards are different. She did change a handful of them. This is not going to be like, this isn't going to be a favorite deck of mine. It's not going to be one that comes out on any kind of top whatever list. However, it is a cute little travel deck and it matches the Oracle. So I think what I might do is put it in my purse or put it in my like overnight travel bag. That's kind of like my universal overnight travel bag, although I don't think it'll get used often if I do that. I do think I'm going to have to get a bag because I've learned the hard way that when you put tuck boxes in your purse, they get destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. And again, we have our line on the box. Less cards. I think it's 44. I think. This is the cutest freaking thing ever. So I am happy that I have both the tarot and oracle because I will work with them together, especially when traveling or when away from my house. I wonder if I could keep these ones in my office. Maybe I will keep my current purse deck, which is the Everyday Witch Mini. Maybe I'll keep that one on my office desk and then make these my purse decks. Because I have an oracle to go with it. It's honestly adorable. I love the skulls. The way the skulls are depicted are the cutest thing ever. So, those are the 4 decks that came in the month of August. And yeah, hopefully I'm done. Hopefully I'm done for 2025 because I did say that I wanted to buy less than 12, less than 1 deck per month. 6 would be ideal, but we've exceeded 6. There's 4 in 1 month. So we've definitely exceeded 6 decks. I think I am on track to buy less than 12 though. I guess we'll see. We'll see at the end / beginning of the year. So those are the decks that came into my collection in the month of August. As for the non-tarot related purchases, we have some crystals. We have a raw sphalerite. I bought it with a specific purpose to go in one of my curio cabinets that is going to be filled with, or mostly is filled with, my different weird kind of looking things, my sparkly things. I mean, there definitely is some normal things in the cabinet, but this absolutely fit the vibe of it, so that's why I picked up this sphalerite. It's so sugar druzy and pretty. We just have this little tower doohickey here. This was sold as like a ring holder. Let's get a smaller one. But as you can see, it wouldn't hold that many rings. I didn't buy it as a ring holder. I bought it just because I thought it was so pretty. This goes all the way through to the bottom. And I think what I'll do is put a little like mini sphere in here for display, but also really druzy, really sparkly is just gonna go on a shelf or a windowsill or something like that. We have a lavender rose quartz tumble. This, I asked for the darkest one that was in the bowl, and then she grabbed this one and I was like, oh wow, that is very, very dark. But it is filled with asterisms. So you obviously can't see them here. Well, I can see a little bit, but in the light you can see them like crazy. So I will splice in a photo. So that worked out. This was an add-on for the live sale. I love lavender rose quartz. Then I got a sunstone sphere, just a little guy,
So pretty. This is really good for digestion issues, and she actually said the best place for this one is in the bathroom. So that's where this one has been hanging out, is in the washroom for my digestion issue girlies. Then we got this Phantom Amethyst heart. Very beautiful. I like this side the best. It did come with a stand. So it does have a little stand, very cute. I like that. And then the other heart I got was on a sale. This is so funny and nerdy. I wanted this one because it looked like the Eye of Sauron from Lord of the Rings. Yep, I said it. Not a huge carnelian fan, but just when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's like a cat's eye or Eye of Sauron or something. But it was on clearance because it does have this little nip out of the bottom of it. Not clearance, but on like special. So that's it for crystals. Not a whole lot came in August, but we have some sparkly ink from a Kickstarter. I waited for this for so long. So, in keeping with our Lord of the Rings Eye of Sauron theme, we got my Lord of the Rings inks in from Ferris Wheel Press Kickstarter. I just got the little baby inks. I didn't get any of the pens. I mean, they're astronomically expensive for me, so I didn't buy any of the pens, but we do have all of these lovely little 10 milliliter inks. Very cool. So obviously there's a gray, a green, and a red. The red is for Mordor, the green is for the Verdant Voyage, and the silver is for Dawning Silver. So we can open these up, and they all kind of look the same inside. They have a little lip here. Oh, it's not my first rodeo. And a little bottle, 10 milliliter, Ferris Wheel Press, Lord of the Rings. You can see the sparkles in the bottom. So stunning. And then the insides all have a map of Middle Earth, and I think they're all like different sections. Like that's Rohan. This one is you can hardly see the sparkles in the bottom. Maybe that was laying on its side. Yeah, it was laying on its side. This one is Eriador. Not sure where that one is. And I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say this one's gonna be Mordor. So there's this one's also not laying flat. Yeah, it's part of Mordor. So I did do a little swatchy swatch. Let me put these away. Because there's so little, the swatch I did was just tiny. I didn't want to like go crazy and go all out with the swatch because there's so little in the bottles. Oh my gosh, it's hardly picking up the sparkle. The silver one has like a really pretty blue sparkle, which the camera is not picking up that strong, but then we can see this one has a gold, and this one also has like a reddy gold. You can see where it's dried here, where it's kind of red, and then the gold shimmer at the bottom. So I think this page of my journal, this is my like tarot journal, but this is this paper is really good for fountain inks. So I think it's just like on the back of my tarot tracking, I'm gonna start doing my swatches. I don't have any of these in a pen yet. That's why I haven't written what the swatch is underneath them. So once I get them in a pen, this one, probably spring. I thought maybe I could use this one around Christmas. Maybe this one, like, that could also be Christmas as well. But yeah, so those are the inks that came in with my Ferris Wheel Press Kickstarter purchase. And that's it for purchases. I mean, it was a deck heavy month. We got 4 decks in. I didn't buy 4, but they came in. So yeah, I mean, it feels like not a lot because it feels like August was so long ago, but now filming, it kind of seems like I did buy a lot this month. as far as decks used in the month of August, we're gonna skip this part probably for the next couple months, because what I'm doing is I'm going through all of my tarot decks and using each of them, one of them, not each of them every day, one of them every day. So I don't want to tell you which decks I used because it would be a lot. There would be a lot. So August 20th, I had decided I was gonna be my start date for this little project that I'm doing. And leading up to August 20th, it was a lot of prep to try and determine which decks were going to be used on which day. I really wanted like my summer vibe decks to be used obviously in the beginning, and then segueing into fall decks, and then my kind of cooler winter decks nearing the end, which would still be in October. So it's 47 decks. So 47 decks in 47 days. That's what I'm doing. And I'm making notes about all of them. I'm journaling all of my card pulls, and as well, I'm making notes about my thoughts on those decks and whether they were accurate or what I felt they pertained more to. Like if this particular deck on this particular day, I resonated more with like my emotional state or physical state or whatever. And it's so far, it's been so interesting. I'm on day 18, I think. It's been really, I am actually really enjoying it. And we know how much I struggle with doing anything every day. Like I'm not an everydayer person for anything. So I'm still really enjoying it. I hope that it stays that way. I'm sure I will get to a point of burnout where I don't feel like doing it at that particular moment on that particular day. So I'm using a lot of decks right now. I am like powering through every single tarot deck in my collection. And yeah, I want to film a video about it. So hopefully, I'm undecided about filming a video of my experience, but that is the plan. Whether I actually do it or not, I don't know. We'll have to, it might be super boring. I don't know. But yeah, so decks used a lot. There was a lot. I started off August with the Cracked Amethyst tarot deck, and then my time was consumed with planning for this 47 decks in 47 days, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. So hopefully, stay tuned. Hopefully that video will be coming. And that's it. That is August. That went by in a flash. I feel like I literally feel like I blinked and it's gone. Like I don't know what happened. I really hope that September starts to slow down, although October is an insanely busy month for myself, for my family, for my friends. We've got birthdays, there's Halloween, there's Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving's in October. So I have a feeling the September leading up to that busy month will probably also feel like it goes by in a flash. But anyway, I will leave you with September's Moon Tray, one of my favorites. Love it so much. And here you go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you when I see you. The time has come to switch out the moon tray. So this was August. It was really, I wanted like a Leo fire energy, warmth, because the beginning of August was quite warm still. But now overnight, it has like cooled down. So we're going to switch it up for September. And I think for September, what I want to do is like, I want like a burnt orange feel, but not to November. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So I'm going to clear this stuff out and bring in the stuff I want to put in. And here's what I have for September. So I really wanted it to be like orangey browns. I wanted it to feel fall. I wanted to stay away from the yellows because I feel like the last two moon trays have had so much yellow. But I didn't want it to be too November feeling, which I don't know. I think the orange kind of saves it. If it was just brown, it might be November feeling, but so I really wanted a lot of Tiger's Eye. That's what I had in mind for this one. Tiger's Eye and petrified wood were the goals. I have a lot of petrified wood pieces, but the color is not I don't know, maybe they just seem so much lighter for what's in here. This one is brown though, so it's in here, and this is a petrified wood flat, so it's like really orangey red on one side, and then this kind of yellowy orange red on this side. So we do have some petrified wood. We have obviously tiger's eye, tiger's eye, tiger's eye, tiger's eye, tiger's eye, tiger's eye. Oh, these are like really close to each other. I don't like putting the same stone next to each other. It's a weird thing. There is a lot of negative space in here, but I'm okay with it. I think with the wood of the moon tray, it kind of hides it a little bit better. But we have some smoky tumbles as well. I think the smoky is really good in here. We have some amber pieces. We have a garnet. This is, oh no, I can't think of it at this second. It starts with an S. We have the golden healer from last month. We have an ametrine, which is purple, but it, because of the purple and yellow from the citrine with the amethyst, it kind of gives it an orangey look. So I put the ametrine in there. Oh, that's a piece of petrified wood as well. That was in last month's. We have OJ. Is that the only ocean jasper in here? This is a smoky that I got for free. That kind of doesn't really look like a smoky, but it came free in like a monthly subscription box. An ammonite, that's like a smoky clear quartz, sardonyx, and then septarian. So the septarian, it can go, like, I think it fits either way, but I think it's cuter looking with the yellow showing, and I think it brightens up the dish a little bit. We have Aphrodite hair, golden. Oh my God, it is early in the morning when I'm filming this and I cannot think of anything. Rutile, golden rutile. I feel like that's perfect. Oh, that's just so crazy to me. Those rods in there, that's nuts. So the golden rutile is here. Oh, and a picture jasper, a little tiny picture jasper tumble. Did I get everything? I think I did. So that's where we ended up for September. Like I said, I really wanted these guys, the petrified wood, because I don't know, something about petrified wood also makes me think September, but they just they don't work with the color, I don't think. I mean, unless you disagree, let me know. Let me know if you think they do work, and then there's room, I can put them in here, but I think they're just too light. This is insane. This massive honk of tiger's eye is insane. Love it. So September's moon tray. Pretty pleased.